Why? Because when the prophetic word comes, Satan does not understand God's intent for your life and my life until it is revealed prophetically. And when the prophecy comes and says, "Thus saith the Lord," and the Spirit reveals God's original intent, what it does is to provoke the enemy to jealousy, and he puts up a fight. And that is the time you got to pray like you've never prayed before. You got to fast like you've never fasted before. You got to put up a fight like you've never fought the enemy before. Somebody shout yes. Please sit down for 2 minutes. You remember in the book of Matthew how when the wise men came to Herod the king, and they told him about a great star they saw. And the meaning of the star, that a king and a great king has been born. And the prophecy in Micah was read. And Herod heard the prophecy of the Messiah. "Thou, O Bethlehem of Judea, art thou not the least among all the cities of Judea? And yet out of thee shall come the ruler of my people." And Herod was provoked and vexed to jealousy and said, "I am not having another ruler in Israel." And he gave a command. He said, kill all the male seed under the age of 2 years and above. Kill them all. Why? It was because of the prophecy. Before Joseph died, he said, when the deliverer comes, take my bones with you when you are leaving to the promised land. Because he understood that the first resurrection was tied to a geographical location, and that if his bones remain in Egypt, he will miss the first resurrection. So he said, by prophetic understanding, he said, I need my bones buried in the promised land. Take it with you. And when the enemy heard it, he said, okay, there is a deliverer coming. He gave an instruction through the Pharaoh of Egypt. And there was a demonic-inspired legislation. There was a demonic-inspired law. You got to check the laws of America. Because there are a lot of demonic-inspired laws in America, because the church has become so weak in America that you sit down and Bible is taken from your schools, prayer is taken out of your schools, and you do nothing about it. And you have congressmen and senators inspired by the enemy, influenced by the media, to come up with demonic-inspired laws and legislation to compromise the destiny of future generations, to compromise the destinies of your sons and of your daughters. I live in Africa, and I'm just going to say it as it is, and when I'm through, I'm out of here. Shadabahaya. Shandai. Kidolobrosata. And there was a demonic-inspired law. I have dealt with some in my country before. There was a law that came many years ago to shut down my church and so many churches, and we went into a 21 days fast, and the Lord gave me a prophetic word, and he said, declare in the atmosphere, and he said, demand of me that I divide their tongues and destroy the conspiracy. And I said, Psalm 55 and the 9th verse, I said, destroy, O Lord, and divide their tongues. We send the spirit of Babel to confuse their language, that they may not understand each other. Let them fight against themselves. Let them break their ranks. Oh God, arise and let your enemies be scattered. And the law was destroyed. Too many demonic-inspired laws. And we sit down, we submit to it, and we have no discernment to even tell that this is a demonic-inspired law to encroach on the rights and privileges of God's kids, to compromise the destiny of the next generation. We are not another American dream. We are a spiritual movement. We are a kingdom within a kingdom. We have diplomatic immunity. We are an embassy of heaven on earth. When you come to these grounds, you have come into kingdom jurisdiction. This is kingdom property. So within Tampa, we have another kingdom here in America. When you come here, You are in kingdom property. You have stepped feet on the ground, consecrated for the purposes of eternity. And we have kingdom privileges and rights. The American ambassador to my country does not depend on the Ghanaian currency to pay his staff. The State Department is responsible to protect and to finance and to pay the salary and to take care of the upkeep of the American ambassador and all the staff of the embassy in my country. If you are pursued by my government and you run into the American embassy's premises, they can't cross and arrest you. They have to leave you. They have to negotiate with the American government for your release. They cannot come there with all their ammunition, because if they step in that embassy, they are in another sovereign nation. International law does not allow them to touch you. They have to negotiate for your release. You can't arrest a diplomat even when he breaks the laws. You have to go to his government to ask for him. And we are not some bunch of cookies that the enemy can just fool with. But the Bible said, my people are destroyed because they lack revelation of who they are and of who I am. It doesn't matter what the economy of my country is and how bad it goes. It doesn't affect the ambassador and his staff, because they don't depend on the economy of Ghana. They depend on the economy of the United States of America. And the United States of America has the right to protect the ambassador and the staff of the embassy. Paul said the other day, he said, my God shall supply all your needs according to his riches in glory, not according to your economy. There is no recession in the kingdom. There is no recession in the church. We got to renew our mind and change our thinking and refuse to accept the status quo. Say yes.